Let's make a nature mandala. This is a great one because you can do this in any season. So even if it's winter or fall where you are, you'll be able to do this one. Pick out 4 pieces of colored paper, 1 for the bottom and 3 for the mandala part. Then find 3 nature items that you like of 3 different sizes. We need to cut down the base layer into a square. So if you're working with a rectangle, fold it like this into a triangle, then cut off the small rectangle on the side. Open it up again and you should have a square. Now we're going to check and make sure the biggest nature item you have will fit all the way around the center. If it does, go ahead and fold it again going the other way. That way you have an X in the fold. Take a black marker and mark the center. Now we're going to trace our nature items onto the 3 sheets of leftover colored paper. You want to have 8 of these tracings by the time you're done, and make sure you do it on the back side of the paper so that the black marker doesn't show up when you cut this out. As you go from the larger to the medium to the smaller, you'll end up having more and more space because you still only need 8 no matter what size it is. I was having a hard time tracing around this really weird shaped seed that I found, so once I picked it up, I just finished the lines out so I could easily cut it. It's okay if you can't completely trace it while you actually have the item on the paper. If you don't have snail shells, that's okay. I live in Thailand, so I have these all year round, but you might have bark or sticks or leaves or just something that you have around your house. Now cut out all 8 of each color. So you should have 8 times 3, which is 24 pieces. Now go back to the brown base paper, or whatever color you chose, and go ahead and fold it again. This time you're creating more and more lines, so you should have 8 lines by the time you fold it and open it back up. Go ahead and check and make sure you actually have 8. This is very important for making the mandala. Now pick up one of your largest nature item pieces. You're going to glue this in the middle of the first line, and then go around in order, kind of going clockwise or counterclockwise. As long as you keep going in the same order, it's totally fine. And as you go, you're going to start creating this mandala. Make sure the pieces are always facing the same way. So I always have the pointy part facing out. Now I'm going to move on to the second smaller color. This one is actually going to touch that black dot in the center. This means that you're going to have layers. So wherever you start is going to be the bottom layer, and then everything else is going to build on top of it, going clockwise or counterclockwise. This is going to create layers and layers, and it's going to look absolutely beautiful. Your last smallest piece is actually going to fill in some of the brown space around your mandala. So see how I'm just picking the spots up above and around? That's where they're going to go, and it's going to complete this mandala. I felt like mine ended up looking like a flower, so I cut out an extra brown piece and glued it right in the middle. This is totally up to you. Yours might not end up looking like a flower, but mine definitely did. This is a nature mandala. You can spin it all the way around and it's the same image.